You can get dates almost when you want, but it's the infinite rejections you're going to go through, and you will always go through the infinite rejections. Being good at these things is going to help in many different ways, especially from a social point of view. You can get dates almost when you want, you can get a new woman almost when you feel like almost is not immediate, you still have to go through some work. You can change environment and still know that very soon you're going to get your group of women. It's a skill that you can always have in your life, and in my opinion, that should be taught to men in schools, in my crazy mind. But this is a skill that's going to stay with you forever, and it's going to pay dividends forever. It's going to be hard to acquire. When you acquired it, that's it. Day game is it's a skill like any other skill, like speaking a language, like driving the car, maybe a bit more difficult driving the car, maybe a bit less difficult than speaking a new language or playing the piano, maybe. But still is a skill. It's a learnable skill, and if you can learn speaking in your language, any language you speak, you can learn the game and you can be successful at it. So it's something that you can learn. It's not a gift of God. It's something that can be learned. It only applies pressure in terms of exercise and constant going out there, getting the feedback and improving on it. That's all you have to do, and you have to do it over a long period of time, and anyone can do it. Anyone can actually become good enough to make this extremely a very interesting activity in their lives. And also what you'll actually see is that you'll develop very deep social acuity and sensitivity to other people. When I say sensitivity, you'll actually be able to sense what other people, not only women but men as well, are thinking and are feeling, which is kind of creeping out a few people. But you can actually almost instinctively, in many cases, guess somebody you just met, you haven't even spoken to. You can almost guess their job, where they're from, what they do, their mood in that particular instant. And you can sense many of these things, which you're not going to be able to sense if you're not good at it. Being good at these things is going to help in many different ways, especially from a social point of view. And then one of the things that's really been my ghost for a while, up until I've actually started to do it. One of my last fears around women, it was exactly called approach. I found it very hard up until I just decided to freaking out, I'm just going to do this and I'm going to do it really well. But that anxiety, that approach anxiety is going to go. And the approach anxiety is actually going to appear in the form of, oh well, she's with a boyfriend, or she doesn't want to be bothered by me and all that. It appears in many different forms of way and excuses for you not to approach. That's how the approach anxiety creeps into your brain. And then all you do is just bang on, you go there and it's gone. The downsides, there are downsides. One is the time you actually spend prospecting women, which you're always going to need to actually put in place. And you will always need to place a certain amount of time on the woman in order to get her to bed. So because you're not using money, you're not using alcohol, you're using only things that are sustainable. So it will always require a certain time investment in that. The other thing that can be a downside, I don't know, but it's the infinite rejections you're going to go through, and you will always go through the infinite rejections. It's always, although the amount of women you're going to be able to sleep with is percentage-wise very tiny. Look at it from this point of view. They don't know you. They can be married. lesbians in a bad mood, in a hurry when they meet you, just found a new boyfriend, being a complete weirdo, having decided not to have sex before marriage, just being married. There's so many variables to that precise woman you're speaking to, which stacks the odds against you for any given woman you're speaking to. So, and that's a fact, and you cannot change that. So that's something to bear in mind. And the rejection will always be there, and it's going to outweigh the number of successes. And I don't know whether it's a bad thing or a good thing. In a certain way, I think it's extremely good that we get rejected so often. So that rejection is part of our life, is something that is routine, and we don't take it seriously because there's nothing serious about it. And then any successful person has been rejected more times than it has successes. Any person who's made loads of money or whatnot has been exposed to rejections than successes. So this is all for this video. I hope that you find it useful. So stick to the game is something you're not going to regret in the long run. Remember that you're going to require thousands of cold approaches in order to become good at it, or effective at it, I would say. And watch a few, to make this video a bit more playful, a few good reactions from my infield cold approach.
你的电话号码意思是说，你爸爸你
这意大利的温室座，19。这里安全，你看有摄像机，有很。你好，你是这边的，我是意大利的。
你爸爸你不是
没有，你在石桥啊，你在石桥，他不在石桥。
对，我不在石桥。哦，
那不要了，可以，没事。